What's up everyone, welcome back to One Strange Adventure. Welcome to the next video, and welcome to what I think is the first system of its kind in an RV. Check this out. Today, we are announcing that we have joined into partnership with a solar company. It is Signature Solar.
Yes, they're here in Sulphur Springs, Texas.
Yes. Yeah.
What they're looking for, understand their budget. Any instructions?
They are absolutely amazing. They're really big in the residential and commercial space right now, but now they're developing products or selling products that meet the needs for mobile RVs, boats, things like that.
Yes, so we are going to give you a little bit of a tour. I don't know how much of it we can actually record, but we're going to take the camera with us, give you a little bit of a tour and some behind the scenes of them. It's a great company. We got to meet them for when we were here for the solar eclipse. Absolutely
Great company, great people. We are going to help them basically transition into the mobile market. So that's where the partnership comes in.
Yes.
It has a different style battery. We're going to get all into the specifics of the system itself, but we are actually here today to pick up a new system for the rig.
Yes. Mo is getting upfitted.
Yeah, Mo is getting some upgrades, y'all. So it's gonna be
He's
good.
like a kid in a candy shop.
Oh, this is my candy store. For sure.
So we will record as much as possible. We'll do the whole 9 yards, try to give you as much detail as we can. One thing that I will say about Signature Solar is that they will help you design your system. They will walk you through putting it in.
They cover it all.
They cover everything. There are some components that you'll have to purchase on Amazon to do the install.
But we're going to work on that too.
And we'll work through that as well because especially the crimper, you need extra things. But yeah, so we're super excited to give you
We are. Like Cindy said, we're going to do a tour. Not a full tour today, but we're going to walk you through the full process. We're going to actually come back a second time and do that. And we're going to do an install video. We're going to give you some information about the batteries that they sell.
Yep.
And then we're also going to do some upgrades to the system a little later down the road where we give you even more videos and content around that.
Harold and the people here at Signature Solar have worked together to create our design of what we're wanting in the rig. And so then you place your order and you come here and you can pick it up in person, or you can get them to send it to you.
That actually is a really unique aspect of this business, is being able to sit down with an engineer, figure out what you want.
Yep.
And then actually he can order the components and you can pick the components up before you leave.
Right.
It's a really cool model. And yeah, we're super excited to get this going.
So the benefit of that is if you have questions, they're here. They can answer it, they can walk you through it. They can guide you step by step on what you need, which is awesome for those of us that have no clue what we're doing.
All right. Well,
we're not experts.
Yeah, by no means am I an expert in this stuff, but I've learned a lot. I'm going to share with you what I've learned, and I'm going to share as we go. So follow us on this journey. It's going to be a long one, but it's going to be a great one.
Yeah, so hang tight.
Today we are starting the battery install. And so the goal today is to actually get the water pipes kind of cleaned up and out of the way so that we can actually have some extra space, get the old converter out, and then also just make sure things are cleaned up. in that general area to make room for batteries. Then we are going to actually build the enclosure that the batteries are going to be sitting in, because they are big, heavy batteries. So we want to make sure they're pretty secure going down the road. And yeah, so that's today. And then we'll start working on the rest of the components after that. So let's get going. Just stuck me in here with a light and a
Hair dryer.
hair dryer is my only source of heat. It won't let me out.
Well, I don't know why it's only 53 degrees today.
Yeah.
All right, don't forget to say what you're doing.
I'm moving water pipes around so that I can make room for the system. All right, at this point, I've got all of the not sewer lines, but water lines nice and neat. They were all just kind of running across here. So now I got water lines out of the way. So now I have this whole space right here for batteries. First open. Wow. That is 400 amp hours. That's incredible. All right, at this point of the project, we're actually trying to build a frame that's going to house all of the batteries. That frame will go into the bay first, and then we'll secure it down and then start installing the batteries into it. There we go. We made the battery box. Look at that.
All right, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Is our wall to the left going to butt right up to the edge of that box?
It will when I'm done.
Or are you making it go past that box?
No, I'm just going to have it come up to the corner, to the edge. So it'll come out like this to the corner and hide all of that.
Because the 399 has this big pipe, which is our sewer line. So we can only build the box from the pipe to the wall.
All right, so update. Yeah, look at that. There's the battery. I built this enclosure and I was able to get it pretty secure. I use L brackets to mount it down, but I also put that beam, you can see right there. I put that beam there and mounted it into the framing. And then I built this little half wall right here, and this is where my Lynx distributor will be mounted. And then the batteries are going to go right there in a vertical position. So yeah, framing is just about done. So this will be 2 panels actually. There will be one that kind of goes like this on the bottom, and then there's going to be a big one here. And I'm going to make it where I can take that top panel off anytime I need to access the water. So that was a big concern, is it's kind of blocking off my water access if something starts leaking. So yep. All right, so now I'm at the point where I can actually start mounting batteries in here and running some cables. The cool thing is that my system is actually on the other side of this wall right here, and the inverters are like back there. But this right here is pretty open with the exception of like right in here, which is where the current Lynx distributor is. So my Lynx distributors will be mounted right here. I'm going to use racetrack cable management and down across the bottom, so all the lines will be covered. This is a fairly big battery bank, so we're going to go with 4-aught cabling on the batteries, and then we will have 2 solar chargers as well. So yeah, lots of juice going into this rig. Alright, so this is one of the cables that I have to use to go to the Lynx distributor. Okay, in case you guys are wondering what I'm trying to do, when you set up batteries in parallel, you want to run the positive and the negative off of the opposite end of the batteries bank. So the negative will come off this one and go to the Lynx distributor, and then I'll have 4 batteries sitting here, and the positive line will come off of this one and go to the Lynx distributor. So it just gives you the opportunity, like, it makes sure that it distributes across the bank evenly. So I'm trying to make sure that I have that in line before I put the other batteries in. These are Lynx distributors, and for those of you who don't know, these are really fancy bus bars. And the cool thing about these is that with these kind of prongs that come off, you can connect 2 of them together. Alright, time to get another battery. This is what happens when you have RV projects. Alright, so I'm taking these handles off because the wall that I'm making is going to flush mount over this hole, so you're not going to see the screws actually holding the battery in. I gotta say, you know, it might be heavy, but this design makes it way easier to put batteries in. Now with this project, we're going to be installing 2 multi-plus 2s, and the reason that we have 2 of them is because we want 50 amp. Now the 2s actually have a 50 amp pass-through, so you can get by with 1. You only have 3,000 watts to use on when it's inverting. So if we go with 2 in a split phase, we will have 6,000 watts. So basically it's like our rig will always have 50 amp service. Alright, so this is as far as we've gotten so far. What we're going to do is, you see that hole way back there? We're going to actually mount this like this. And then that way we have some sort of wire management system. And that will give us a much cleaner install look. Then after that, I'm going to start making battery cables. What you're seeing is actually installing the racetrack. It's a 3x3 inch cable raceway. It comes with 2 of them, 3-foot sections. It's about $35 on Amazon. That link will be in the description if you're interested in using it. It definitely made it look a lot cleaner when I was done installing everything. Today is the day that we are transferring power over to the new inverters. So I've got the AC lines in. These come off of the transfer switch, and then the AC lines out, which go to the panel to supply power to the panel. So I already had inverters on the front, so I'm literally just taking them off and putting them in the new multi-pluses. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. All right, so this is multi-plus 1. So I got the lines coming in and then the lines going out, AC. This line is AC coming in. Now I'm doing the out. And then what I need to do is run battery to those off of the Lynx distributor here, and then connect the batteries to the Lynx distributor, and then we have power going through the new inverters. Of course, I'm not going to connect directly, like the batteries, just straight to these. I got some of the smart shunt, a fuse, things like that. It's going to go in the line, but for the most part, we're getting close. Today is the day that we get to finish the battery system. I have the walls down already. You see there's only 2. I ran out of terminal lugs. And when you're in the desert, it takes forever to get another set. So I've been running on 2. I've got the other 2 in the front bay, and I'm getting ready to switch these over to there and then wire it all in so that I have 4 batteries, and that's 1600 amp hours. So we'll be doing that today. Inverters, everything is running good. Right now it's actually inverting because I cut the power to the rig. So we're just running on those 2 batteries right now. Getting ready to run on 4. I added LED lights across the top, and then there's one back here too, kind of facing out the battery. So everything's nice and bright in there. Now here I'm actually making some cables, making the 4-aught cables that's going to go to the batteries. I won't get into the specifics of how you make the cables, but I actually bought this crimper on Amazon. And it's pretty easy to make them. You just want to make sure you have a good, tight, secure connection. Tug on it a little bit when you're done, and then make sure you're putting that shrink wrap on it and heating it up so that it just kind of all glues it together. Last battery. Now these batteries are unique in that they have communication ports, so you can actually connect the batteries together. What that does is it allows the batteries to communicate and basically make sure that they're balanced when charging and when discharging. Another thing that I love about these batteries is that they have their own shut-off switch, basically like a built-in breaker. That way when I'm working with them, I can make sure they're turned off. There is no power going to the terminals. These batteries also have an on and off switch with an LCD screen on the front and built-in fire suppression. So we really love these batteries. All right, so these are 2 Victron smart charge or smart solar charge controllers. And so this is 150 by 100. And with that's volts and amps. So I am running 2 of these. Each of them can hold about 1400 watts of solar. So I'm gonna have two arrays, essentially. 1200 watts going to this one, 1200 watts going to this one. And that's 6 200 watt panels going to each. So that's why we have 2 here. That'll keep me under the volts. Amps won't be really a problem because I'm running each of them in series. So when you run in series, your volts go up. And I'm right around 140 volts on each of the series. So well within the spec limits, 1200 watts within the 1400 watt spec limit. So yeah, those are good choices for the system that we're doing. All right, just to recap what we have 4 EG4 batteries, which is 400 amp hours. That's over 20 kilowatt hours of battery. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
We've got 2 Lynx distributors. We've got 2 multi-plus 2 inverters. And then we also have the 2 smart solar chargers, the 150 100s. So, got a lot of juice.
Eventually we will have solar panels.
Yeah, next system video will be us installing the solar panels.
Yes, a huge thank you to Signature Solar for everything that they've done for us.
Yeah.
Working with us and just letting us tour their factory, like doing all the things. Like, they're a great company.
Absolutely.
So,
we want to thank you guys for sponsoring this video and the system, and we look forward to a long, great partnership.
yes, and if you guys have any questions for them, don't hesitate to reach out. We're gonna have links in our description for the products that we installed, as well as a link to their website, and you can fill out a form and someone will contact you if you have questions about your own solar setup.
Be on an Amazon store, as well as Signature Solar's website, of course.
Yes.
All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you really like it, make sure you subscribe.
Ring that bell so you get notified when we release the next video, and consider becoming a patron.
Yes. Till the next strange adventure.
Keep making your own.